to Pittsburgh, and Dave and I were we went through and predicted each game, win, loss, and we had them 1-1 after 2 games. We just had the wrong ones. We had them beating the Niners, losing to the Steelers, and it's the opposite. And they did it in a fairly dominant fashion out there in Pittsburgh. How surprising is that to you? Did you expect that, or what was your expectation going into that game?
Yeah, I mean, it was such a close game, right, all the way through. And then, Pittsburgh drives down and gets that interception in the end zone. And then it just kind of like floodgates opened after that. But, I thought like with Seattle, with a lot of offensive teams this week, you saw some growth, right? You saw some a little bit better offense, a little bit better, both combination of running the ball and tying your play action in together on that stuff. So those things to me were good, and they moved forward. Still not exactly what you would want as an offense, but and Jigba continues to do what he does, and that connection is very strong with Sam Darnold. But ultimately, it's anytime you can go on the road and win, especially in a place like Pittsburgh, man, that's a tough place to play. You take that and you get excited about that. By the way, I don't know about Dave. I don't know about you. I hate that game. That let's pick the winners and the losers. Which one? Yeah, I hate playing that game. Everybody does it. I hate it. It just seems so hokey to me.
Yeah.
No, that's a win. That's a win. That's a loss over there. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Look at them just ripping us.
I know. I hate that game. I hate because we do it on our station all the time too. I don't know. It's like divvy up the pie. Who's most responsible for the loss or the win? It's what percentage is the coach, and which I hate that game too.
Wow, I think he just described our entire radio show.
We got to start checking on with him on some fresh ideas here.
Yeah. No. Well, like Bob said, we're 1-1. We got the wrong one. But,
Yeah.
But the defense once again only allows 17 points, and I thought up front, Mark, they looked really good. You had some production finally out of Byron Murphy, the first rounder. I mean, wasn't like a big deal. I mean, he had a half a sack last year. I don't think it was a failure or anything. He just it's hard for those guys to get those stats, but Jay Reed showed up, and then same thing with Big Cat, and I feel like that whole thing starts with their big guys up front who, I don't know, I mean, which one's the biggest nightmare, you think? Is it maybe Big Cat, Leonard Williams, just because?
Yeah, Big Cat would be the one for me that is because he's athletic enough to beat you with some speed. He's long, so he can get those arms extended, kind of the one-arm bull, and he's so big and strong. He can do that too. Like, I didn't mind if you were like a real quick guy or if you were a real strong guy. What I didn't like is when you had multiple things you could go to. So I think Big Cat's probably the guy that brings the more multiple ability to beat you, both in the run game and in the pass game. So I thought up front, I'm with you 100%. I thought up front defensive line was pretty dominant against Pittsburgh, and I thought the Steelers did run it, okay, and Warren had a couple nice plays, but they did put a lot of pressure over the course of the game on Aaron Rodgers, which was really the difference there.
Do the Seahawks have any what Dave has always referred to as extra meeting guys in terms of pass rushers? I feel like they've got a collection of good guys like Boye Mafe and Derek Hall and Uchenna Nwosu.
Yeah.
I feel like they're solid to good, but are there any difference makers or individual we need to game plan to stop this guy?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you've got one guy that I think you would look at and say, hey, Leonard Marshall, Leonard Marshall, guy, that shows you how old I am.
Old school.
But Leonard Williams, yeah, I went old school on you. But Leonard Williams would be the one guy you'd say, hey, man, we got to make sure that we get 4 hands on that dude, right? But the bottom line is you're not scared, so to speak, if you have to go one-on-one across the board. And I think in today's NFL, especially in today's NFL, it's the edge guys. When you don't have an edge guy that truly threatens the offensive tackles, that truly threatens the pass rush, you feel pretty good about, hey, man, like we can survive this. We can go 5 one-on-ones. We can get 5 guys out in the pattern. And we used to call them war daddies. If you don't have a war daddy, it's an advantage for the offense that way. So I think Leonard is one of those guys that you have to be aware of, but you can slide to him, vice him inside a little bit. It's the edge presence that you don't have a guy that just whips people off the edge, and where you have to chip and where you have to get tight ends over there, or you have to slide that direction. And so Seattle's not the only team that doesn't have one of those guys. There's a bunch of teams that don't have them.
Hey, what'd you think of Sam Darnold? I mean, we kind of went away empty after the 49er game. We were trying to figure out, what's this guy really about? And JSN got the preponderance of targets in that game, and it was a little bit more spread out. But I saw him just ripping some throws over the middle. Looked like really good. He was throwing some fastballs in tight zones. I was very impressed. What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought he played well. Obviously, the one errant throw that Ramsey picked off was that was a bad throw.
Yeah.
But he ripped some. Here's the thing that I took away from the game, just watching him play, was, I'm always concerned or always interested in how you respond to bad things happening. Like, that game was tight. And then Pittsburgh doesn't field that kick, and it was just like, the floodgates opened up. They just kind of quit. And so that's always one of those things that scares me a little bit. Like, Sam Darnold was tough, man, because he had some plays that I'm sure he would like back, but he never wavered. And like you said, he ripped that touchdown to the big tight end, Barner. I mean, that was just a great tight window throw right by the face mask of Queen, and like, that was a great throw. He made some big time throws over the course of that game, especially in that fourth quarter, late third, early fourth quarter. So that was nice to see Sam Darnold do that.
Did you see your new favorite player, Robbie Ouzts, out there laying out two linebackers in one play?
Did I see it? I took my shirt off and had a cigarette after that. I was like, are you kidding? It was awesome.
I thought of you as soon as they showed the replay. I went, oh, Schlereth is going to love this.
Can I tell you guys, as soon as I saw him in the preseason just dispensing justice, I'm like up at, and I don't even know why I'm watching your guys' film. I was watching Seahawk film at 4:00 in the morning, one morning here. And why, I have no idea. But Ouzts was just crushing dudes in the preseason. And I instantly text John Schneider. I was like, dude, where did you find this behemoth? He is awesome. I think, I don't know if he was awake. He got back to me a little bit later, but fifth rounder out of Alabama. Come on, man. That dude is my favorite player by far. There's no question.
Yeah, you texted me that last night, and I didn't know that you were going to take your shirt off.
Yeah.
Did he send you a picture? Is that what you're?
Yeah. No. I sent him a video of Ouzts, and he sent me a picture of him topless. So it was not a fair exchange.
Nobody wins.
Nobody wins.
No.
There. Yeah, but the other thing, Mark, I really just an appreciation for Aaron Rodgers. Going out there, watching him. I mean, he didn't get the win, obviously, but I mean, just the way he, that Jaylen Warren play, where he gets out of trouble and then, all of a sudden you're in trouble and then you have to just gently lob it. I mean, he just makes every kind of throw there is, and it's just really fun to watch. I mean, if you ask me, you look at him and I don't know what is he, 41?
Yeah.
41. I mean, maybe when he hits 42 or 43, but I mean, to me, it looks like he's got another 4 or 5 years in him. But it was just ridiculous watching him. I don't care what. I know people don't like him and everything, but watching him play, that's, to me, he's my favorite quarterback to watch. You agree?
I gotta tell you, Dave, I did a Jets game last year, late in the season. And, ended up talking to him, and Aaron and I have been friendly for many years. And I'm with you, man. I think he's remarkable, but watching him warm up, and it was just being on the field, watching him warm up. And, there's a bunch of 25-year-old quarterbacks that are warming up at the same time. The arm talent, his ability to spin it and how it just leaves his hand, it's just different. It just is different than a bunch of 25-year-olds, and his ball, the accuracy and just the velocity it comes out with. And, it's like it's like kind of, for me, it was like going to a JV baseball game and then go and watch one of the best varsity pitchers, in the high school pitch. They're just two different things. And that's how the ball comes out of his hand. It's just remarkable. And it's fun to watch. He doesn't move like he once moved, obviously, and it's a brand new offense that he's in. But I have a feeling at the end of the year, the Steelers are going to be fighting for a playoff berth.
Hey, what did you think of the Seahawks O-line? That was another thing last week. We were like, oh, man, they look so good in preseason, understanding it's preseason.
Right.
Last week, they couldn't run the ball. They ran the ball well yesterday. How much of that do you put on the back? Ken Walker, 13 carries, 105 yards and a touchdown. Or how much do you look at the O-line and say, hey, they finally got their rhythm there?
Well, I think they got their rhythm. I think Walker got, some rhythm. And I think play calling was better. I think they called the game better. Kubiak called the better game against Pittsburgh. And I thought they were better tying the play pass and the play action, the run action stuff, even though one, run action, it was a fake 18 boot left that got tipped by Hayward and got intercepted. But even with that stuff, I thought the offense just functioned better. It looked like it was tied together more. And, part of that is, you get that first game in the preseason, everybody's very vanilla against you, everything kind of works. And then all of a sudden, it's not in that first game. And so I thought offensively as a staff, it just felt like there was a better rhythm to the play calling. They were having better execution with the play calling. So that's kind of how I felt about this game. And then it all tied together. And by the way, I did look at the rookie guard quite a bit. And
Gray Zabel, yeah.
Zabel. I thought I liked his body movement. I liked really good both at the first level and the second level, getting after people. His ability to sustain blocks. I thought he looked like legitimate, NFL guard. I thought he's a pretty damn good player. I think he's going to be a real good one.
Mark, as always, great stuff. We appreciate you, my friend. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll do it again next week.
Sounds good, guys. Be well.
Thanks, buddy.
There you go. There's Mark Schlereth, everybody with us each and every week. Always great stuff from Mark. So if you missed any